Hello everybody, it's Stefan Joubert here, and in today's lesson I'm going to speak to you about the nature of the guitar. This is part one of the part series of the nature of the guitar. In the description below and in future videos I'll be making more parts on the nature of the guitar, so please stay tuned. First thing that we're going to look at today is how the guitar works in terms of going from string 6 to string 5, and then from string 5 to string 4, etc. Now, let's take a look at how this works. So the 6th string, or the bass string, is an E note. And that E note moves to the A string on the 5th string. So from 6 to 5, it's E to A. So alphabetically, that's E, F, G, A, or a fourth. We call this a perfect fourth in music. So let's take a look at it. If I play the two together, I get a perfect fourth. So the question is, how far are those two intervals apart? There's an easy answer. I'm going to play E to A on the 6th string in one motion for you. So you've got the open E, which will count as nothing. It's a starting point. Then you've got the F, that's the first semitone. Then you've got the F sharp, that's the second semitone. Then you've got the G, that's the third semitone. Then you've got the G sharp, that's the fourth semitone. And finally you've got the A, that's the 5th semitone. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So between two adjacent strings, there's a power of 5 semitones. So for example, if I play these two notes, I'm playing an A and a D. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get to a D. So I'd like you to memorize that between two adjacent strings on the guitar, there's always a power of 5 semitones. There's an exception, however. We'll get to the exception. But first let me show you the same thing on string 5 to string 4. So we've got an A to a D. I'm playing the A on the 5th string, which is the second string from the top, but we count with the guitar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So from 5 to 4, again we have the power of 5 semitones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, or 0, which is the starting point. First semitone, second semitone, third semitone, fourth semitone, and 5th semitone. You may think it's obvious and you know it, but there's a lot of guitar players out there who just don't understand that logic. And it's very important because if it's embedded, you can see the instrument much better. I'll do the same thing on the 5th fret. So I'm playing a D to a G. So this is a D. I'm playing the 5th fret on the 5th string to the 5th fret on the 4th string. So it's a D to a G. And then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same note. Then the same thing from string 4 to string 3. D string to the G string. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G. So basically, just do the same thing here. I have a G here and a C. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Quite nice at seeing those little patterns, between, well, this one, we're going to get to it, it's a bit different, but seeing these patterns is beautiful to see that with the guitar, and it's interesting to note how that C and that C, same note, completely different tone. So the guitar's got a wide variety of timbres. Now, here's the kicker. When we get to the 3rd string, which is a G, that goes to the 2nd string, which is a B. That interval, da-dee, 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 is completely different. That's not a fourth anymore. Let's count. I know it sounds silly to count, but it really works. G, A, B alphabetically. It's a 3rd. So now we will have 4 semitones. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's G, G sharp, A sharp, B. So this is the kicker. Between the third and the second string, there's an adjustment made of a half a step. All the other strings have got 5 semitones. Between 3 and 2, we've got only 4 semitones. So for example, if we take a look at this E major shape, open E, that so many of you will know, if I just move it down a half a step, down the strings, I'm getting an A minor. That's because the second string relationship has been twisted. I need to compensate by moving that up 1, so that shape is the same as that shape. We'll get more into that in a future video. But basically this E shape, I could move it upwards. Then I believe I've got a B. B flat. E. A. B flat. Beautiful sort of low sounds that one can use. It's a major triad in its second inversion. Now, let's take a look at it from the the 5th fret of the 3rd string. 3rd string, G string, it's a C. If I go adjacent, do I have 5 semitones or 4? If it's the 3rd string, which it is, to the 2nd string, it's always 4 semitones. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. So from there to there, we have 4 semitones. So whenever I say these two together, I can know it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Whenever we've got these two together, I know it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's very, very important to note, I'm not counting the first one because it's 5 semitones or 4 semitones. So the starting point, the first note is 0. Mathematically, we haven't moved yet. So it's like if you run a race, you put your foot out, that's your first step. Where you start, there's no step. So if I play the open string, we haven't started yet. But then the first fret, that's semitone 1, 2nd, semitone 2, 3rd, semitone 3, 4th, semitone 4, and finally the 5th fret, semitone 5 to get to the A. And then, lastly, between the 2nd and the 1st string, between those two strings, we also have 5 semitones. Because it's just between string 3 and 2 that the differentiator is made. But between string 2 and 1, it's also 5 semitones. So you're going to have, I've got a B over here going to an E. It's a perfect 4th. B, C, D, E, it's 4. So B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, or 0, which is the starting point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, fantastic. So that shows us the relationship. Let's just do the 2nd string, 5th fret, to the 1st string, 5th fret. So we've got an E to an A here. And I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've learned that a perfect 4th has got 5 semitones and major 3rd has got 4 semitones. It's 3 alphabetic steps or notes, but it's 4 semitones. That's to do with the chromaticism in between the scale notes, which we could look at a later stage. That shows you the lay of the land for the nature of the guitar moving from string to string. So let's just do one thing. Let's take a look at the 4th shape. So this is a perfect 4th. I'm playing string 6 and string 5. These two. Perfect 4th. String 5 and string 4. These two. String 4 and string 3. These two. Here's the kicker again. String 3 to string 2. These two. We have a perfect 4th there, but I need to adjust the finger. And then finally, again a straight line for the perfect 4th. So if I want to do all fourths, it's going to be, and that's why you've got these beautiful fourth voicings. So that is a short little lesson today on the nature of the guitar. So what I'd like you to do is to really practice on this and work on it and try to see the instrument. So one thing you could do is randomly take a note and ask yourself, what is the name of that note? So you say, okay, that's an E flat. It's an E flat. And then you say to yourself, how many semitones to go adjacently across to the A flat? Then you know it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you take another note. Okay, we've got a G flat there. And I'll keep it in line with enharmonic rules. So from the G flat to go across to the B flat, how many semitones? It's also a straight line. It's no longer 5 because it's string 3 to 2. It's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I take another note, E flat over there to the A flat over there. How many semitones on the same string? It's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you use this exercise, you can get to know the notes as well. By the way, if you've enjoyed my content so far, please do subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, leave comments. Let me know what you think. And I would love to hear from you. I always answer all the comments, and I would just love to to converse with you. Recording it sometimes is a lonely business, so I'd like to have some input, some feedback. I'd like to speak with you. So tell me things, and we can discuss things together as well on the comment section. So thank you so much. So yeah, that was a little video on the nature of the guitar, but it's imperative. And if you've never really looked at it, it's well worth spending a few hours just experimenting with, oh, those are fourths, 5 semitones up. Oh, that's a third from string 3 to string 2. That's got to be 4 semitones up or a major third. Because if you know that, then you understand the instrument. Then you understand why this shape holds itself, but over there starts changing. By the way, this shape is the E major shape. Just remember to see the guitar from multi-dimensions. That's just one way of playing E major. This is B flat major. We don't have to play B flat major here. We can play it here, or we can even play it here. All sorts of ways of thinking about things. So thank you for listening. Have a fantastic day wherever you are in the world. I'll speak with you again in the next video. Thank you. Goodbye.